Hi guys, welcome to our YouTube channel for LockSave Locksmiths. This is just an introduction video about me, how I became a locksmith, the business itself, and what services we offer. So my name is Mufaddal Ismail. I'm the owner of LockSave Locksmiths based in Nottingham. So I started locksmithing about 8 years ago when trying to find a job was increasingly difficult, even with the experience that I had in finance and customer service. I was finding it very difficult to find work. So I had a couple of friends who were locksmiths, and they introduced me to it and said that why don't you trial it out. So I went out with them for about a week or so, just to get the experience and see what it's like on live jobs. I very much enjoyed it, and then decided to take it up as a career. Now with locksmithing, there's no accreditation, so anyone can become a locksmith. But I wanted to do it the right way, so I took a course, so I could learn the ins and outs of locksmithing, learn the basics. So it's 2 weeks classroom based, and then 1 week they send you out with one of their locksmiths on live jobs. So I did the 2 week classroom course where they taught me how locks work, the technical side of locks, how they operate and things like that. And then we did some practical stuff as well, so lock fitting, lock picking, and what kind of situations you'll come up against on live jobs. And then on the third week, I went out with an actual locksmith on live jobs, and got a little bit of experience there. After I'd done that, I had two options. So I could have either bought a franchise, and they would have provided me with a van, the tools, and everything that I needed to start up as a locksmith. Or I could have set up on my own, and bought everything myself. Because I didn't have as much money as they were asking for the franchise, I decided to start up on my own and buy my own tools and things like that. So I bought the essential tools that I needed for everyday jobs. At that point, I was actually using my car because I couldn't afford to buy a van. And again, with advertising as well, I didn't have that much money to advertise as LockSave Locksmiths. So I started doing subcontract work, and just so I could get the experience, and get the confidence of actually doing live jobs. So after doing that about a year or so, I started to put a little bit of money into advertising. It was probably about £100 a month, even less than that, with local directories, and people like that. It wasn't giving me a lot of work, but I'd probably say I'd get 3-4 jobs a month, which at that point was enough for me to start taking my own work on, and building the business up from there. So once and then I'd say after about 18 months to 2 years, I got the confidence, I got the experience that I needed to start actually putting in some money into advertising. So I had a website built, and with that website then started to do SEO and things like that. Now again, I was doing all that myself. I didn't actually employ a company to do that. So with what knowledge I had, with what little knowledge I had, that wasn't really working out. But I was still getting a little bit of work from that. And then slowly but surely I started to put more money into advertising. I had a better website built at that point. And I started to make a name for myself, and started to get a lot more work coming in. Here we are, 8 years later, maybe 9 years later now. We've built a successful business with work coming in all the time. We now have an office, which we didn't have up until about a year ago. So we are constantly busy, but we are still constantly looking for more customers all the time. Now the services that we offer, so LockSave Locksmith is essentially, we cover residential and commercial customers in Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire and Leicestershire. So we offer, many types of locksmithing services. So you've got emergency call outs first and foremost. So, things like lockouts and, jam doors and lock-ins and things like that. We also do lock upgrades as well. So if you're concerned about security, then we'll come and do a site survey and then advise you what is best for your property in terms of security. We do just general lock replacements as well. So if you've just moved into a new home and you just want your locks changed immediately, then that's something that we do. Lock maintenance as well. So sometimes you'll see that locks get jammed and things like that. So we go out and not necessarily replace them, but we can also service them as well to get them working as they were. UPVC specialists. So anything to do with UPVC. So you've got door hinges. If the door's not locking properly, then there's several ways of sorting that out. UPVC mechanisms. So if they've failed, then or if they've failed shut, then we have non-destructive entry methods where we can open the door and then replace the mechanisms. UPVC windows, hinges on windows, things like that. We also offer auto locksmith services as well. Now, with regards to the key replacement side of it, that's not something that we do, but we have subcontractors who we pass that work on to, and that's all they do. They just do auto locksmithing. So they have all the kit to go out and actually replace lost car keys and things like that. We also offer boarding up services as well. So if there's been a break-in or smashed glass or smashed door or even forced entry, so we do a lot of work with the police. So once they forced entry into a property, then we will attend after and board the property up and make it secure. So in a nutshell, that's the services that we offer as LockSafe Locksmiths. I'm going to wrap up there now. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. There'll be a lot more content coming up in the coming weeks. It might not all be locksmith related. I'm a massive foodie, so there might be some food videos coming on because when I'm out and about, very rarely do I take lunch with me. So I'll stop and get a bite to eat. And normally it's not, like Tesco meal deal or Greggs or something like that. Sometimes, I'll stop in, a restaurant or something like that and get a bite to eat. So, a lot more content coming up. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later on.